Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Kentucky State Police are investigating after they found one man shot and dead in his car and his house burned to the ground. And we hear from local health officials as they react to the ongoing increase of COVID-19 cases in eastern Kentucky. Plus, this morning begins Kentucky's primary election. We'll take a look at how things have changed and what people need to know about voting this year.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Lacey Roberts, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News This Morning. Today is Tuesday, June 23rd, and it's a great start to the week, but it was nice and sticky outside today. Let's bring in Brandon Robinson to see if it's going to be the same like that today. Good morning, Brandon.
Good morning, Lacey. And today it's basically still kind of the similar pattern, but we are going to see more rain today as that cold front we've been talking about for days finally rolls into the region. Live pinpoint Doppler radar. A few stray showers out to our west, out toward Lake Cumberland right now. Everybody else dry. Some folks did get some rain overnight, though, especially down in the Cumberland Valley. Temperatures in the 65 to about 70-degree range this morning, so still fairly mild out there. You factor in those dew points, it's still kind of between the sticky and uncomfortable category in most locations, and a couple of spots down south getting close to that instant sweat category, which is about 70 degrees. Your out the door forecast this morning, again, if you're heading out to work, if you're heading out to vote here in about an hour, take your umbrella because you'll probably need it at times during the daytime hours today, and conditions will stay off and on soggy throughout the day and into the early evening hours as well. We'll talk about the extended forecast coming up here in just a little bit. Lacey.
Thank you, Brandon. And on Saturday afternoon, Kentucky State Police were called out to the Big Willard community of Perry County, and that is where they found one man dead in a car with gunshot wounds. Now, when they went to his home off of Bean Eye Lane, they found the man's home burned to the ground. Police are now talking to those who last saw the man, trying to piece together a timeline of events.
Most people in this day and time through social media know about this a lot of times before a lot of our officers do.
The man's identity has not been released at this time. If you have any information about the death or arson investigation, you should contact Post 13 at 606-435-6069, and you also can remain anonymous. And Governor Andy Beshear announced 90 cases of COVID-19 last night, and that brings Kentucky's total cases to 13,839. Almost 10,000 of those cases are still active. And as of this morning, more than 3,500 people have recovered. That's good news. And right now, the state's official death toll sits at 526 after the governor announced no new deaths. And however, that number will go up as shortly after last night's news conference ended, we learned of 2 deaths in our area. The first was confirmed in Harlan County, which marked their second death in as many weeks, and Harlan County has 19 confirmed cases of COVID-19. The other death in Laurel County. County officials there say 3 people now have died from COVID-19. 69 people in Laurel County have been diagnosed with the virus. We also learned yesterday that an employee at the East Kentucky Veterans Center in Hazard has the virus. Everyone at the center is going to be tested, but health officials tell us that the employee had been on vacation, so they are hopeful that no residents were infected. But to keep up to date, of course, with the latest on COVID-19 here in the mountains, you can go to our website at WYMT.com. And the Pike County Health Department announced on Facebook COVID-19 cases grew from 59 to 68 Sunday afternoon. All 9 people are showing symptoms and are recovering at home. The health department did contact tracing and are contacting those 9 people who have come in contact with. The public health director says this increase was anticipated.
Some of it is the relaxation in our behaviors, the ability to congregate, and while many do adhere to the guidance of 10 or less, you do see some others that are, meeting and they're having multiple gatherings and just some relaxation of behaviors.
22 of the 68 cases in Pike County are active. The health department reminds people to wear masks and continue good hand washing and social distancing. And this morning begins Kentucky's primary election 1 month later than originally planned due to COVID-19. Precautions are being put in place to help ease voters' minds. And while many may be hesitant of voting at the polls due to the pandemic, health officials are working with county clerks and the CDC, taking necessary steps to keep voters safe.
And I know our county clerks have got this all lined out. A lot of them have actual markings on the floor to show people where to stand and how to space out in line.
Polling locations will be open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. You are asked to bring your driver's license and wear a mask. Most counties will only have one place to vote. If you do not know where that is, we do have an interactive map that will tell you on WYMT.com. And state officials are warning of a new voting scam. Attorney General Daniel Kamen says scammers are encouraging people to vote by email, phone, or text. The warning says some scammers are asking for financial information. The only ways to vote are in person or by sending an absentee ballot by mail. To report voter fraud, you can call the state's hotline at 1-800-328-VOTE. And Kentucky Board of Elections has requested that county clerks hold off on announcing the results until June 30th. But it is up to individual counties to decide when they are released. We will let you know the results as we do get them, and in some cases, a winner might not be known until next Tuesday. You can see more Election Day coverage on our website at WYMT.com and inside the WYMT News app. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us here in the mountains on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, we take a look at how Perry County officials are working to keep our rivers clean for people to enjoy.
Rain chances will be around for much of today as that cold front rolls through. I'll track them for you in about 3 minutes.